Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today is a bit of an exclusive vlog. You guys are very, very lucky because you are having a first look around the Cheddington Bicton 5-star ahead of the riders. When does this course go live for the riders?
Tomorrow.
Okay, that's a little bit of a porcupine. It's not ahead of the riders, but quite an exclusive look. I mean, no one else is going to be seeing this, so tune in to see every single fence and get top tips from the amazing Nicole Brown. No pressure at all. But what's that in your hand? Just a little bit of reading. Currently in the start box. This feels so surreal.
Do you like it? Are you excited?
Yeah, I've just got that like sicky feeling and I'm not even doing it. Whew. Anyway, let's head to fence 1. Exciting times. Okay, so we're approaching fence 1 now. Just quickly, you'll see behind me, it is extremely obvious where the horses are going and where the spectators are going. So Bicton have done an incredible job of getting the ground ready, and we're being quite conscious to not walk on course where we can, just to keep it as perfect as possible for the horses. But I'll go and give you a quick scope around fence 1. Not gonna lie, fence 1 already giving me the heebie-jeebies a little bit. This is massive. On we go.
Okay, so that's the ground jury, and the FEI technical delegate, Philip Searle, who's the chap at the back, is the FEI TD. Then you've got Jane Tolley, Seppo Lane and Andrew Benny, who are the ground jury. So they're in charge of the competition. Andrew Fell, the man right in the distance with the
wheeling,
is the event director. So they're going to make sure that everything is as it should be. The ground jury basically have to sign it off.
So a quick gallop up the hill and through the woods, and we come to fence 2. Just to give you an idea, guys, this is me stood by fence 2. It is absolutely enormous. I can't believe horses actually jump this. So back down the hill from fence 2, we've actually got quite a long gallop, or in fact no, in B100 terms, a very long gallop. In 5-star terms, probably not. I can't believe how big these are. So this gigantic table at fence 3, they've even had to make the picnic baskets extraordinarily huge so they don't look out of place.
My arm's out full width.
You can just do the top bit.
I can just do the top bit.
We've then, of course, got this lovely, I mean, that's there to sort of help the horses, isn't it? A bit of a ground line.
It's nice. It's a nice fence. This level, it's a nice fence.
Can you just come and stand in front of it quickly, maybe?
Your wish, my lady. So, I mean, it's wide.
I mean,
It's not.
to put it into context, guys, this is going to be a lot wider than the beds we'll be staying in tonight. This is like a king size. Maybe a double.
I mean, I think our bed's probably more like this size.
Back up the hill, and then riders have a choice of 2 fences at fence 4. These houses, I was about to say little houses, but I won't lie, it's a replica of that beautiful house down there. Stunning. Right, on to fence 5. On to 5, which is our first combination on course, and also the first water. So we've got these 2 brush fences at a rather acute angle. So you can see riders having to come up here, jump the A element, through the water, and then onto the B element. Pretty huge and also pretty technical. Okay, so fence 6. We've not missed one, no we haven't. Just to give you guys an idea of the scale of Bicton Park, fence 1 is over there. We've done a big loop round. At this point, my course will be coming to an end, but not for the 5-star riders. They're only at fence 6, and it's a monstrosity of an Oxer. So we've got Nicole just about making it, you know, you can sort of reach inside, can't you? Couldn't reach to the outside of these rails.
It's wide. But it's not the only question, because you then go on a slightly curving right-handed line to the B element, which is another similar size oxer, and then the accuracy question, which is a skinny triple bar at the C element.
So ABC with these gigantic white oxers and arrowheads.
Feels a bit like burly white
I'm getting,
oxers.
yeah, getting burly vibes. Right,
Okay,
let's keep walking. Down the hill, and look at the view they are greeted with. The main arena, so we jump number 7, which is the Voltaire design fence, and then down into the main arena, which I believe we go into twice from what I've heard on the Equity Rating podcast. So from the other side I thought, okay, not bad, potentially I could jump this one. And then you come this side, and there's more of a drop than I thought there was going to be. Nicole just took a photo of me from the other side, and you can't really see me.
Just your arms.
Just the arms. Anyway, down. I mean, this is a let-up fence, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shouldn't spend too much time on that.
From here, you don't want to be going with it too much speed, because you've then got to go and jump that house and a really big question that's coming up in the main arena. So you're automatically going to be taking this at a slight angle, sort of thinking about where you're going next.
Which
so if
is...
you go too straight, you're going to end up in the main arena the wrong way.
Yeah.
So you want to be thinking already, actually you're going to go and jump this house.
So we've arrived at fence 8, which is the house, with a rather hefty bank to go down afterwards. So can't be going too speedy to this, can we? Because we'll have some face plants.
They're going to want to sort of hop it slightly, because if they land too far down the bank, then they're not going to be able to get their line for the angled brush.
We've got a little sneaky preview there, guys. The brushes there are coming up after this house and heading down the bank. Down the bank, if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen a beautiful demonstration of Nicole coming down that. And so that's fence 8. These are fences 9, A and B, so they can put a circle in before these fences, but they can't circle in between them, if that makes sense. These are very, very angled brushes, and look how narrow it is. What they've actually got to jump through between those flags there. It is such a narrow point to get these horses through. Oof, I'm looking forward to watching them do this combination. Nicole, a quick debrief on what you just taught me.
Okay, so that's the A element, and where Captain Mark Phillips has put these flowers is really clever, because to go the direct route, you have to stick to your line. You can't actually give yourself a wider line to give a nicer shot at the corner because of the flowers. So you have to come inside the line here.
Very tactful dressing there.
And therefore, it's a much more acute corner. You can go round, and you could jump the first element and go round and take this corner, which is a nicer corner, but you're going off your line that way, and then you've got to go back onto your line the other side, so it's going to take a bit more time. I think we'll probably see more people taking this if they've had a run out trying to jump this.
So we have jumped the renowned Burley fence at fence 10. We then head out of the main arena through the village, or the food village at least. Anyway, so at this point riders could grab a little snack if they fancied it. Of course, that would add some time penalties onto their score, so it's unlikely we'll see that.
It isn't recommended.
No, but you know, it's a potential. We've walked quite far. I'd probably be taking that option.
Do you want to stop, Meg? Is that a hint?
There's a creperie there. I wouldn't mind hitting if you.
I'll pick you up on the way back.
Yeah. You do this loop, and I'll grab a crepe for us both. Brief pause on the course walk. Talking quietly because it's that Pippa up there. I'm about to fangirl. Probably shouldn't.
Take a picture.
If if you wouldn't mind. You don't want to ask. So this is the riders warming up here for the weekend ahead. Do you think they'll have all arrived today, or will some arrive tomorrow?
The majority will be in today.
I'm not going to be too much longer.
No, you're fine. We're still walking.
Oh, okay.
We're still at the first loop, so we'll be a while. He's looking good.
Yeah, no, he's this is
So we've got a little combination here. That's the long route, or they can just come and pop fence 12. Another hefty old table. Fence 14 here, and we've actually got Cameron to talk us through it. What are the chances?
Hello, you alright?
I'm very well. What do you think of the course so far?
Amazing.
Pretty
absolutely amazing. It really,
huge.
really is. Yes, it is enormous. It's got real Mark Phillips vibes to it. Real Mark Phillips vibes. So no, super exciting track.
It is, very much so. Oh, look at him go, striding that out. So we've got 14 here. Some rails. Down to a hefty old drop. Hang on, Cameron, stay there. Let's just have a look at this drop. Okie dokie. Oh, can't do that on my channel.
How big it is up compared to me as well.
So then down the steep old bank to the sea element, which is a ridiculously big arrowhead. Oh my gosh!
Am I small as the fence?
But the scary thing is, then if you come around to the side view, look how wide it is. That's absolutely nuts. So 14
guys,
ABC. We've got a lovely pony club here, giving you a wave. Just walking away from 14 ABC. That's probably, actually no, maybe this other combination in the main arena is the scariest. What do you think? Would you rather do that combination, the angle brushes, or
If
that one?
I'm going to jump one, I'll jump them both. I would say they're different tests. The drop of the one we've just seen caused a lot of problems in the four stars. Not often you see Chris Burton fall off. But Captain Mark
shamed
Phillips.
him there.
Sorry, Chris.
Sorry, Chris, if
Sorry,
you're watching,
Bertha.
I'm sure you are.
But Captain Mark Phillips has been quite clever because he's actually given a black flag alternative for the drop down. So if you have one problem, you can go around jump the alternative. Yeah. And if you have a glance off at the skinny brush at the bottom, at the sea elements, or you've had a problem at the step, there's also a black flag.
I didn't actually show you that. There's a different arrowhead, but that takes you off of your line, so it's going to add a lot of time. And like Nicole said, you're unlikely to do it unless you've had a problem at
this
the...
is huge.
Take a seat. Why don't you do your podcast here tomorrow? It's lovely.
I do, couldn't I?
This is enormous.
This is another burley fence, I think.
I can't imagine having like your sort of ground line / guide rails as gigantic sun loungers. That's how big these fences are.
You also, if you look at the second element in the corner, so in a second we'll go around, but the B element is basically on a 90-degree right-hand turn. So you would actually quite like to angle this, but to be fair, the sun loungers kind of determine where you can and can't jump.
So just to give you an idea, guys, they're jumping this gigantic table and then B, those white rails over there. It's mad. They have to be mad. Anyway, let's just pick up my Buxton off of the fence because that's really bad to leave that there. Gigantic table. Round. We've got some more dressing, meaning you can't completely cut that. To these rails at B. So a little safety feature that Nicole's going to point out for us quickly.
So when you hear people talk about a MIM clip, this is what it is. So it tends to be, they're usually red, there's different sort of variations of them.
Yeah.
There's some yellow ones in Tokyo that cause quite a lot of stir.
Is that, like a difference between how hard you have to hit them?
Yeah.
Like how sensitive they are?
It tends to be because of the kind of force. So the yellow ones go on sort of corners where you're putting a different type of force on it, whereas these are uprights.
Interesting.
So they tend to be the red ones. And basically what happens is if a certain amount of force, so a horse leaves a leg, it's to stop a rotational fall.
Yeah.
So the fence will immediately collapse. It'll basically fall down like a show jump. under FEI rules, you get 11 penalties. Michael Young had it at Le Moulin.
Yeah.
He had a frangible, a mim clip in a coffin combination, a ditch combination, and it cost him, I think it was the win. It was either a win or second, but ultimately it pretty much did save a fall.
Yeah,
So I mean, it's
which
better
is,
than
yeah,
them falling.
exactly.
You've got to ride them in a certain way, in so much as you've got to respect them, but as much as you would respect a normal upright rail. You can't ride them thinking, if I make a mistake it will fall down.
Yeah.
You ride them to clear them, but if you do make a mistake or something happens or your horse leaves a leg, it will fall down and it can potentially save a nasty accident. But these are really quick to put back up. Basically, if that goes, the fence will be rebuilt very, very, very quickly.
So we can get back on with the action very
We'll
fast.
find you a frangible pin in a
Oh,
minute.
goody. As we walk away from that rail with the mim clip, it's a good opportunity to talk to you guys about the elite eventing passes, which is kind of new in the sport of eventing in that your money is going back into the sport. So it's going to be going into the prize fund, but also the safety of eventing. So the money that you spend to buy the passes, it's £25 if you've not got a horse and country membership, or £20 if you have. Some of that money is going to be going straight back into keeping eventing safe. So like the mim clips we've just seen, you'll be paying for them to be going into the courses and keeping the horses and riders super safe, or as safe as we can when they're doing these enormous tracks. So head over to the Elite Eventing channel if you'd like to buy your pass and see all of this action and also give back to the sport of eventing. Now we are at fence 16. We have got a rail to a ditch to a quite acutely angled brush. That ditch is an absolute whopper. Wow. That is not like the ditches we see at B100. Goodness me. And then out over the C element there.
So this is a frangible pin. So essentially it's the same sort of process as a mim clip, is that if it is hit with force, it will break.
Yeah.
And therefore you get 11 penalties. Frangible pins take a little bit longer to be rebuilt than mim clips, but that is what they look like, just in there. And if you just bring the camera around here, you'll see the little sort of
Bungee attachment.
system for bringing it up.
It is incredible, and it has made the sport a whole lot safer, because obviously rotational falls are absolutely petrifying and can have very bad outcomes, but these are here to try and prevent those happening as much as possible. So it's a very good design.
And actually, one of the initiatives that's being launched by British Eventing is the British Eventing Support Trust, which is kind of a similar initiative to the Injured Jockeys Fund in racing, if you're familiar with that, which is all about helping riders who have had injuries or accidents, or basically building safety initiatives into the sport as well. So that is launching this weekend.
Incredible! I think what we have here is the only 5-star fence that I would jump.
I'm gonna get you, Meg.
And it's this narrow bit. Oh yeah, could you? Me jumping it?
We're good. Give it your best shot.
Yes! I've jumped a 5-star fence! Okay, so we're at the Westin Counties Tall and Narrow. This is fence 18. My goodness, is it a rider frightener? So, you see the brush and you think, that's all right, nice little brush. Then pan down to this gaping ditch. I have to go a bit further. We've got the kind of takeoff rail there. And if we move back, you can see its enormity cannot be comprehended with words. Oh wow, but it can be comprehended with a Nicole Brown. Arms up. Oh my gosh! That's a picture, you're gonna have to stay there. That's ridiculous.
I think I'm stuck.
Don't worry, they'll jump you. They can do this A option, back round, jump the other log, all the way around and go through a gate down there. Or they can jump the brush, which is A and B. Right, stay there, I'll take a picky. Cameron Beer, question of the day. Would you jump this on any of your horses?
Well, the way I've seen Jam going recently, I might just do it on Jam.
You want to hop on Jam? That's
Yeah,
fine.
on Jam.
That's fine by me. I'll go grab her.
we might go in and out again.
See you in 8 hours. Yeah.
well.
She'll bounce that. All right. Fence 19. Cameron kind of killing my vibe in the background there a little bit. There is a lot to look at here if you're a horse and a rider. So look at all of these fences. Same A option, but then you can choose between the left-hand route or the right-hand route for the B, C, D. Does it end at D? Don't tell me there's an E back there. Whew.
Yeah, no, I was just counting, sorry. No, so basically if you take the right-hand line, then the third element in a moment, because it's slightly harder, because they're the skinny brushes, it's a C and D.
Incredible.
Which means that you're jumping one less effort out on course, but there is a little bit more risk attached to it, because obviously they're a bit more narrow. But if you take the left-hand route, then that's actually 5 jumping efforts in a line, A, B, C, D, E. So that's quite an ask.
Yeah, yeah.
Fence 19. They've had a good pull on up this hill. They've not really had a question since the Ariat challenge with the ditch
Have you seen fence 18? Not a question.
I lay in fence 18. No, but it should be fairly straightforward at this level. But I'll be interested to see which route they take. I'm inclined to say they'll take the right-hand route.
I was going to say, surely arrowheads don't scare 5-star riders as much as they scare us mere mortals.
It's an accuracy question. There is a little bit more risk attached to it, but also it's one less jumping effort.
Yeah.
So watch this space. I think we'll see both. I think we'll see both.
Well, tell you what we can do, guys, is buy an elite eventing pass, and then you can see both as well. Cameron, quick rider perspective on this.
I think it's a really, really tricky combination because the rider has so much control over which one they're going to pick, yeah? And you think if you're going to pick the wrong one, you'll be kicking yourself for days. I definitely would be taking the skinny option here, going A, B, C, D. It just takes out an extra jumping effort, which around such a long track is so important. And then be heading on up to this. They've used this mountain skinny in previous levels they've had here at Bicton, but I think, you know, with the dimensions here, the riders are going to have to be committed up the mound, but still trying to get to the base of the skinny. It's going to be, this E element's going to be the exciting option, I think.
Ooh, interesting, thank you. So at fence 20 now, we've got a big Oxer with Mims clips.
Yep, correct. You're learning.
And then a Frangible pin on the back.
Yes.
Mims at the front and Frangible at the back.
I'm so proud.
Yay! Yeah, enormous. And then onto that beefy corner, which I will show you closer up. And Nicole's going to tell us the distance in just a minute. Combination at 20, big.
Big, real test. We're going to see a lot of action at this combination, I think. It's a really, really tough line. You can either take it on a very forward 4, or you can take it on a more holding 5.
Big old question.
This is actually the alternative. So to do the alternative, you would jump the big rails, big parallel rails. Now you could come all the way around here and jump this going back on yourself, then loop back round, because you're actually going to head back on up the hill that way.
Fences 21A and B here, and they've really used the ground to make this a rather interesting question. We've got a log stump and then a log arrowhead, which I'll film around now, but to give you an idea of the line, we've got A there, down a big dip in the ground and up to B on a rather tight left-hand turn. I would not want to be doing it. That's my words of wisdom for these fences. So you can see from a different angle here, the A to B element. Nicole, your thoughts?
I walked it on the 4 strides. It's a curving left-handed line, but the thing to bear in mind at this point is you're well into the course, so your horse is going to be tired, their stride length is going to have got longer, so their manoeuvrability is less, and you really need to be hitting the right stride coming up this lip, because this is a hell of a tree stump.
I'm just going back. There we go.
There you go. The thing that I think people will be worrying about though is there's all this expanse here. The ground slopes away to the right, which just invites the right shoulder to fall
down that hill there.
20 penalties here, you'd be really frustrated. If you do get 20 penalties, you've got to come around, you've got to represent this. There's no black flag alternative. I think we might see a couple of problems. It's a good test, but I think it will see some people jump it really well.
You walked out behind it then and you're literally the same size. Like on the camera, it looks like you're the same height.
I'm not very tall, to be fair. I'm not very tall, but even so.
No, Nicole's actually 6'6", so these fences are massive.
I'm the same height as Will Rawlin.
Yeah, you are, aren't you? Heading to the water now. I'll film around all of the fences and then head over to Nicole to actually tell us what we're jumping and how the riders are going to negotiate this rather tricky looking water, if I do say so myself. So we've got an A, B and C and D element all on this pretty hefty angle. Who have you got there, Nicole?
William Fox.
He's just walked past.
Can we show everyone your face? Here you go. Are you ready? Look.
Oh my god. I need to compose before I interview him.
I mean, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just be like, Will, hi.
I mean, don't do that either. Look, there you go.
Brief interlude just while Nicole gets some photos, bless her. Currently sat on this step in. It's decorative, it's not actually part of the course. They have to jump that enormous drop down. But I mean, you love a bit of photography, don't you, Nicole?
I do.
A real passion of yours.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very talented in this.
Very talented. So we've just walked the water. I think that's a pretty tough question.
I agree.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm getting good at this, guys.
No, do you know what? It is a question because it comes very late on in the course.
I'll go here and then we can actually have it in the background.
Yeah, so it goes very late on in the course, and if you just, I'm like, carry all
No,
my
I'm like
stuff.
that as well. I've got my...
So you want to slightly angle the brush shoulder to jump the big brush into the water at a slight
But again,
angle.
yeah, exactly. It's all on an angle.
I walked it on the 4 strides, like Mary King, my idol.
You're basically Mary now.
Captain Mark Phillips walked it and built it on the 5 strides, so it'll be interesting to see what people ride through there. If you get a good jump into the water, the 3 strides to the skinny in the water should come up quite nicely. This is the alternative for that if you want to do so. You've still got to come back round to jump the
D element.
brush, which
All
is
the
the
way
D
over
element.
there.
I would honestly say it all depends how you get your first jump in.
Yeah.
You get the first 2 elements nicely, I think the other 2 will come up quite nicely for you. If it starts off hairy, that's when it gets a bit more hairy.
And that is a
That's a
quote from
technical
Nicole Brown
term.
there. If it starts off hairy, it gets more hairy. And that
hairy.
goes for all walks of life, not just eventing. Okay, so at fence 23 here, these incredibly narrow, but also wide houses on top of mounds. So you can see nice and high, and also pretty chunky still, like a good amount to jump. Then they go down the mound and to the B element on top of that other mound there. There are some alternatives here. You've got another A option and another B option. Okay, so disclaimer, we're missing fence 24.
We walked it on the way out,
We did,
and then we didn't take any footage of it.
it's a brush Oxer, but like fairly standard. I mean, you know, at this stage in the course, I feel like it's quite an easy fence.
Look how her tune has changed. She
Literally
didn't even
from
jump
first
the
one.
She's like,
Honestly,
oh my God, I
guys,
can't jump this.
It's not even worth showing you. It's that small. It's not. It's still a hefty old 5-star fence, but it's acres and acres that way. I mean, the backdrop for the last is pretty incredible. It is an absolutely stunning venue here at Bicton. So fence 26, and then through those finishing flags. I cannot imagine what that must feel like to go through those flags after doing a hefty old 5-star. But lots of riders will be doing so on Saturday. Okay, I've got a very special hello from some lovely people just behind the camera. So, you ready to scream and shout, guys? 3, 2, 1. Watching the course.
Massive.
Pretty big?
Yeah.
Would any of you jump on your ponies?
Yeah.
You're a lot braver than me. I wouldn't jump any of those fences. Say bye! So there we have the Cheddington Bicton Park 5-star track. Apologies that I didn't debrief with Nicole after, because she would have had a lot more intuitive things to say about the course than me. However, we got a little bit distracted. We went and had dinner, we saw some amazing pony club members, which I would have slotted in before this clip. Yeah, and it's all gotten a little bit hasty, but that is the course. There is a lot to jump out there, some big questions, and from my point of view it looked absolutely enormous, although Nicole assured me that that is what 5-star tracks look like. Honestly, terrifying. If you would like to watch all of the action, you need to get yourself an elite eventing pass available through H&C TV. So if you head over to their website, it's super easy to do. You can just buy yourself a pass. It's £25 for non-members and £20 if you're already an H&C member, and you will see everything. Coverage starts from Thursday, doing the trot up, and then there is dressage on Friday, cross country on Saturday, and show jumping on the Sunday, and it is going to be nail biting. As you can see, the course is beautiful but challenging, so there's going to be a lot of exciting action to be seen. As I mentioned earlier, some of the money from the passes is going straight back into the sport of eventing, and it's allowing this amazing event to actually run. So by buying these passes, you are supporting eventing, you're supporting the events, you're supporting the riders, you're supporting the safety of the sport. It really is an amazing way to get involved and also enjoy watching these top class riders negotiate those huge fences. Anyway, I am going to quickly edit this vlog now and hopefully have it out tomorrow for you all. I'm going to get back to my other vlog that I'm doing, which is my behind the scenes of this crazy experience. I hope you enjoyed watching this vlog, guys, and leave your comments down below as to which you think are the hardest combinations / fences on course, and if there's any that you think you would jump. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe if you did. Live, laugh, love you. See you very soon.